Doping in tennis is a practice considered unsportsmanlike and unethical, with punishments ranging from official warnings to career bans, depending on the severity of the violation. Despite the sanctions imposed on anti-doping violations, many tennis players have tested positive for drugs. This video explores 5 of the most famous cases among the top 100 ATP players. Case number 1. Kamil Majchrzak. Kamil Majchrzak is a Polish professional tennis player born on January 13, 1996. He was issued a 13-month ban by the ITIA following a positive drug test for 3 substances: SARM S22, LGD 4033, and PPAR agonists in June 2023. The International Tennis Integrity Agency accepted that Majchrzak had unknowingly or unintentionally used the drug. The Pole accepted the ban, confirming that the substances were found in his sports drink. Speaking about his feelings over the ban, he wrote on his Instagram post that it had been really unbearable and painful to learn I had failed the test, describing the process as a cruel experience. His 13-month provisional suspension took effect on November 30, 2022, ending on December 29, 2023. He returned to action on December 31, 2023 with a title in Monastir, Tunisia, without losing a single set in the tournament. He then received a wildcard to compete at the 2024 BMW Open to mark his return to the ATP Challenger. Majchrzak, ranked 75 before his ban, is currently 39 as of March 2024. Case number 2. Dan Evans. The second most recent and famous ATP player to test positive for a banned substance is Dan Evans. Born in Birmingham, England on May 23, 1990, Evans began his professional career in 2008. He steadily climbed the ATP rankings, reaching a career high of 50th. However, his progress was halted in April 2017 when he tested positive for cocaine during the Barcelona Open. Evans admitted to placing leftover cocaine in his trouser pocket before transferring it to his wash bag, discarding it the next day. He also confirmed using cocaine 4 days before the competition. Fortunately, due to Evans' legal team successfully arguing it was inadvertent contamination and that he bore no significant fault or negligence, he received a reduced 12-month ban from International Tennis Federation (ITF) instead of the usual 2 years for in-competition offenses. He faced additional penalties, including a £92,205 fine, the prize money he won during that period, and the deduction of ranking points and prize money earned between the test date and the announcement. The British number 2 deeply regretted his actions, severely apologized to fans, and vowed never to repeat the mistake. He condemned cocaine use in sports, calling it a life ruiner, and promised a stronger return. Case number 3. Wayne Odesnik. American professional tennis player Wayne Odesnik, born November 21, 1985 in Johannesburg, South Africa, received one of the longest bans in ATP Tour history. During an out-of-competition test in December 2014, his samples sent to WADA-accredited labs in Salt Lake City and Montreal returned positive for anabolic steroids. This followed a previous 2-year ban for importing human growth hormone in 2010. Consequently, the ITF imposed a hefty 15-year ban on Odesnik. This sanction brought a sense of relief to the tennis world, as many fans and players suspected Odesnik of prior doping offenses. Following the ITF's announcement, Odesnik announced his retirement from tennis and offered an explanation for the positive test. He claimed to have unknowingly ingested a contaminated over-the-counter supplement and expressed his shock and disappointment upon learning of the results. Case number 4. Marin Cilic. Croatian professional tennis player Marin Cilic, born September 28, 1988, once received a surprising notification from the ITF. A substance called nicotinamide, a stimulant prohibited under WADA's 2013 list, was detected in his test. The ITF determined Cilic inadvertently ingested nicotinamide through chloramine glucose tablets purchased at a French pharmacy and did not intend to enhance his performance. As such, the ITF imposed a reduced 9-month ban instead of a 2-year suspension. This disqualification applied to the 2013 BMW Open results, where Cilic had already competed. He also had to forfeit ranking points and prize money earned during the tournament. Moreover, missing slams like Wimbledon and US Open due to the ban was a huge setback for Cilic. The 2014 US Open champion contested the decision, claiming he was unaware the glucose tablets contained a banned substance. He hired legal counsel to investigate and challenge the ITF's ruling. The investigation revealed the detected substance was a nicotinamide metabolite, not the primary substance itself, and likely present in his system from before the competition. Cilic appealed to the Court of Arbitration for Sports, CAS, which ruled in his favor, reducing the ban to 4 months. He had already served 4 months by that point. Case number 5, Richard Gasquet. Richard Gasquet, a French professional tennis player born June 18, 1986 in Béziers, France, achieved a career-high ranking of number 7 in July 2007. His impressive career, though, was disrupted in March 2010 when he tested positive for cocaine during an in-competition test at the Sony Ericsson Open, Miami Masters. The French Tennis Federation, FFT, reported that trace amounts of the drug were found in his A sample. Gasquet faced a provisional suspension until the ITF hearing, which typically occurs within 60 days. Considering the severity of an in-competition offense, FFT Director General Gilbert Yuzern stated Gasquet could face a 2-year ban if found guilty. Despite testing positive on 2 samples, Gasquet denied the charges, vowing to clear his name and gather evidence of his innocence. However, an ITF internal panel overturned this decision shortly after, reducing it to 2.5 months. This lighter penalty came after Gasquet's claim that the cocaine entered his system through kissing a woman who had taken the drug at a nightclub. The ITF and WADA appealed this decision, seeking a harsher 2-year suspension. However, the Court of Arbitration for Sports, CAS, dismissed the appeal. Their ruling determined Gasquet did not commit any fault or negligence as defined by the ITF anti-doping program. These cases highlight the serious consequences of doping in professional tennis. The International Tennis Integrity Agency is constantly battling against the use of performance-enhancing drugs. This serves as a reminder to all professional tennis players, particularly ATP players, of the importance of adhering to anti-doping regulations. Understanding these rules can help them avoid situations like Kamil Majchrzak's inadvertent use of banned substances as listed by the World Anti-Doping Agency, WADA. Despite implemented punishments, the number of doping violations among tennis players appears to be on the rise. We invite you to share your thoughts in the comments below. Are the current sanctions for doping sufficient? Would harsher penalties truly eradicate doping from the sport?